of CGL.
This is just an absolute treat. These players are so damn good.
The talent on these teams is undeniable. Everybody on every team right now is making plays.
It's going to be an exciting start to the season, and it'll just get better from here on out.
We're about to step to a whole new era of Overwatch esports. So much exciting action is happening here on CGL that you do not want to miss. Look who's starting it all off, it's Raven.
No one necessarily figure out what is the right way to go just yet.
What a nice roll through from Peyton. He's just going to solidify everything from Mythos.
Does come back, and Arsario gets the mech, but I don't need a mech. I'll kill 4 anyway.
This is just a highlight reel for Arsario right now.
They're making a statement in the EU Masters here.
This patch is still incredibly fresh. There's so much to learn, so much to change about the way we play the game.
SKC, but the shatter is colossal.
Let's get it going.
Trades keep coming through. Lores, you're going to be able to find these shots true.
Idu on the overclock with 2.
Here comes the Nanoblade immediately into the back line. Fine skills, slicing and dicing their way through 2-3. So back and forth.
Well, hello and welcome back to another CGL stream. We've got a great matchup here. It is me, Vert, on my second broadcast. I'm so excited to be sharing. I could not be doing this by myself. I'm over here on my right, Shadow Fangs. How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good tonight. Really excited to see what the Diamond tier has to offer for us. I haven't seen too much of this tier this season, but I did take a look before, I took a look at the team sheets and whatnot before the match. And I saw Golden Hour has lost a single map other than, of course, the mid-season finals. They seem to be a very strong team at the moment. Emerald Eagles have lost 2 games so far, though. So they're definitely going to be looking to try and step up into that upper tier of this tier, if you will. I didn't say tier twice, but, it's just kind of how it worked out there.
I mean, there always is tiers within the tiers. I do agree that's how it works out. Golden Hour is definitely a good team, and they're definitely a team that has championship aspirations. Queen of Diamonds, a team that I play for, actually played them in the finals, and it was a pretty close game. But also, Emerald Eagles getting one of their greatest wins last week against Tormented Tentacles in 3-0 is looking to switch things up. I had the opportunity to talk to both teams, getting some questions from Bear. One of the questions I asked them was, do you feel your team is just as dominant as you were after the new additions? Because they did lose a lot of players after the midseason tournament. And his response was, I think the team is even better than we were before. When I got in contact with Magasaki, the tank player for Emerald Eagles, I asked them if they felt like they could keep up the momentum from their last win. And he said, we're pretty confident in the team's ability to carry it. And we should expect to see some wonderful plays from all of us. So it's going to be a good match, and I'm excited.
Well, yeah, I'm excited to see it too. And with that being said, let's get to looking at these rosters for tonight. And up first, we're going to see Golden Hour's roster. We got Zach Dagger and Sergeant Cupcake on that DPS line. We got the showstopper himself on the DPS line, along with Strategist and Reese's Cub on that support line. You know what? I like these names overall. I gotta say, these are some really good, solid names I'm seeing right now.
I will say, looking at the roster and seeing that Mercy on Reese Cub, I was actually a previous teammate with Reese, and she does love her Mercy, so do be on the lookout for some Pharah play or some Echo play here. That is something they ran a lot in the midseason finals against us, and I expect them to do the same here.
All right, something for us to look forward to for sure. But on the other side, we've got the Emerald Eagles here. We've got, I'm assuming, Austin Creed and Killer Man on the DPS line. Maybe a little typo there. And then we've got Masagaki on that tank line with Sonari and Esbro on that support line. So, again, I'm not too familiar with the Diamond tier, but I imagine that these probably are probably going to be some of the heroes that we will end up seeing tonight because, Diamond players do tend to really love that Junker Queen. If memory serves.
I will say your memory serves correctly because last week in their win against Tormenting Tentacles, Emerald Eagles did run a lot of Queen, and that's where they saw the most success. That is a tank that they love a lot. Shout out to our producer Headrammer for fixing that midstream, putting Tracer in for East Austin Creed. It's going to be a fun game, and I'm excited to get started here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it as well. And with that being said, we do have a map pool. So these are our maps that we're going to be having tonight, starting off with Busan. Then we got Eichenwald, Hanaoka, Esperanza, and Junkertown. And if somebody does happen to tie, we have a map 6 control if need be, but that can only happen on Eichenwald, thankfully. We're getting less of the opportunity for a tie to happen. I suppose tie could happen. I suppose tie could happen on Junkertown or push. It could happen, but what are the chances of that happening if people aren't trying to make it happen?
You say what are the chances, but knowing us, we'd be going all 6 maps tonight, and I got a test to study for after this. So let's. I mean, I'd be excited. It's good Overwatch, but going into Busan, I think we're gonna see a lot of maybe some dive. There's some good maps to run dive as well as poke, and there's also a good brawl map. But really, the meta kind of has been of Risa, and I know a lot of Diamond teams don't really have to run a lot of meta, but I know that Showstopper plays a great Orisa. We had to play against it in the mid-season finals before it was even meta, so we might see if he just comes out on this unstoppable tank and just runs rampant. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, no, like I'm fully expecting to see like an Orisa going into a Queen just based on what I saw from that Emerald Eagles lineup. And it's going to be really difficult to get off a lot of value on the Queen trying to go into the Orisa. Orisa is kind of like Diva with extra steps where you can just deny a lot of what Queen does, generally speaking. And
Right.
maybe we'll see the Juno Brig come out as well. I'm not sure if the teams in this tier are necessarily playing that hard of meta to that level, but I am excited to see what they have to offer here in the Diamond tier.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting. And in a second here, we're going to get an idea of compositions. Interesting lineups we got in here. Ooh, we're going to be seeing the Ana Brig. Just taking a brief look at these hero compositions. What are you seeing?
All right, so I'm really fascinated by this Junkrat from Sergeant Cupcake. I'm not sure how that fits in here. I'm thinking that must just be a comfort pick from both sides apparently, because both teams are just playing Junkrat. So I see the Diamond tier has not changed since I played in it last. It's Junkrat and Pharah 24/7. That's all anybody ever wants to play. Interesting enough though to see the Ramatra come out. So Ram into the Orisa. I tend to actually favor the Orisa in this head-to-head matchup. And then you have the anti available from Golden Hour as well. I think their comp overall is just going to be stronger.
Yeah, and starting here in a moment, we're going to see the Ashes trying to get some poke damage. Zach Dagger is critical with those shots. Both teams are just kind of in a poke phase right now, wondering what's going to Sorry, technical difficulties. We're going to see the Orisa moving over to the point, try to force here, get some early pressure. Ooh, nice spear out, forcing the immortality, seeing how these teams are going to engage. Right now, we're kind of just in a poke, but we're going to see Nagasaki move up on that Ram. A pick that is kind of weird right now just because of the nerves. Oh, big sleep from Rescope, and that's Anti. He's done. He's done. Yep.
Yeah, and that's the downside of playing the Ram into the Ana, is as soon as you get antied, you're just done for. Unless, of course, you opt to play the Kiriko as well, if you're the side of Emerald Eagles. And now we're actually going to see Masagaki swap over to this Junker Queen that we were talking about earlier. Not surprised there, but just to point out exactly how important these antis are coming out from this Ana, Strategist is already 80% on this Nano, and we pretty much just started this point, so they have been crucial so far, landing these antis, the sleeps, and just getting the healing off in general.
Yeah, for sure. And right now what we're seeing is we're trying to engage right now from Emerald Eagles, but they're not going to be able to get that damage off because of Sergeant Cupcake just pouring this damage in on the Junkrat. He almost has a tire. Emerald Eagles wants to play fast, but they don't have this background. Oh, already a pick, taking the immortality out. They're going to nano showstopper here. I don't even think they need it. This is going to be a slaughterfest on top of the Golden Hour side, and there's going to be simple cleanup. I mean, this is just a comp diff right now. They don't have the speed. They can't even get in. This is insane.
No, I really like the nano usage there. It gets Showstopper up to that ultimate, and it also gives Reescub a chance to try and build some more ult on this Brigitte. But like you said, because Emerald Eagles can't even get in, Reescub can't even proc Inspire at all. That's how little pressure is being put onto Strategist right now. So Strategist is just getting to sit back, play for free, do whatever they want to, and Emerald Eagles coming up on a tire. They're going to have their window available as well as a Kitsune, but I just have a hard time seeing them break this choke on this fight.
We're gonna pop the window here early on by Espro, try to get something going, but it doesn't feel like we can get anything. While this tire's coming out, it's gonna pick up Nagasaki and Dagger on the flank, just clicking heads, doing whatever he wants. Showstopper and Sergeant Cupcake are cleaning up, and that's gonna be round 1.
Yeah, complete domination from the side of Golden Hour. They did come in second. They did come in second place for this mid-season tournament that just happened. So, you know, it's kind of what you would expect at first. But I want to see Emerald Eagles try and respond to this in some way. Yeah, like you have to do something about Strategist. Honestly, like I feel like Strategist was doing a lot on that map of just really denying anything that the Emerald Eagles was trying to do. And then you're having to run into this Junkrat spam damage, as well as Orisa is kind of also just spam damage, just shoot forward. And now we're seeing Masakaki opt for the Roadhog. So this is the, whenever I played on a team, this was my I don't care anymore, I'm just going out and trying to do something pick. So I hope this isn't the same for them, but I guess we'll have to see.
Well, I feel like we have a good idea of a composition as we're coming out on attack here, but I feel like at this point we keep the Kira, we swap the bat for some sort of speed and just get in there with our queen, but obviously now we can't do that as Dagger is just getting some spam damage right here as they're fighting for positioning. So crucial. That is a big wall on the side of the Emerald Eagles. However, it's not going to matter much because Orisa just has so much sustainability. They're going to be able to live here. Trying to get him low. That's going to be an early pick on the Reese Cub from the Hog Hook. What a shot from Dagger onto Austin Creed, and this fight is still up for grabs, but that sustainability from the Brig means a lot in this fight. That means this fight could go either way, and it looks like Killer Man's trying to look for some sort of pick. He doesn't seem to be too aggressive here. We should play with the team, and Golden Hour is going to put some early pressure onto the point as Killer Man's getting blown up. What a pick on the side of Emerald Eagles over to Sergeant Cupcake. They might be stringing something together here, but they're just taking too long. Dagger getting pushed out of position. They're trying to fall onto this Roadhog, but the immortality from Espro is coming out, and Golden Hour needs to get out of this fight. But they can stay if they want to because Emerald's not going to pressure them. But now they start to move in. Now they start to close on him, and now they're looking to get a pick. But it's Espro who gets picked off by Strategist. You were right. They need to do something about that Ana. What a big nade. This fight is still winnable for Golden Hour, and freaking Emerald Eagles hasn't even capped the point yet. They're going to flip this around.
And there it goes. It does finally go the way of Golden Hour. And I mean, it just like you mentioned before, it just took them too long. I saw Strategist get like 3 kills in there with those Ana nades and just shots coming out. When you're playing a skill-based hero like that, it really starts to show itself when you're really just outclassing your opponent. And that's what I'm seeing so far, at the very least from Strategist, if not everyone else from the side of Golden Hour. I like this Diva swap, though, from Masakaki. This is a really good swap.
Yeah, I agree, and Showstopper's going to run right in with the junk tire, and there's going to get 3! Junk tire getting 3! Showstopper, that was a perfect play. He ran right in to the back line and pulled them in with his ultimate, and Sergeant Cupcake came behind with the tire, and Masagaki just sitting still. I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, what do you do at this point?
Oh my goodness, that was a really great ult combo. You love to see it. And now you've still got Nano, Rally, you've got Overclock. Emerald Eagles has to get something with their ultimates right now. I like this Kitsune on point to start, though.
Yeah, I will say I did like the Kitsune to open, but we popped window on the point, and now the Nano coming from the side of Dagger. He's going to click on the Espro, but I think this fight is going to go in the way of Emerald Eagles with Killer Man getting 2 with the Death Blossom and Masagaki cleaning up. But like you mentioned with those ults, I mean, they had to commit so much to that fight.
They had to commit everything they had, which is going to make it really tough to win this next battle, because Rally doesn't seem like it's a super impactful ultimate like that, but when it's the only ult on the board, you're going to have that extra sustain, and Golden Hour has shown so far that when they have that extra sustain, they are going to roll in these fights.
And Dagger going to slide on in, saying anything you can do, I can do better, and he's going to be looking to click heads. Early immortality, huge anti from Strategist again. They're going to pop that Rally. They're going to look to defect Masagaki. He does not have the defense, he does not have the Diva Bomb yet, and he's going to be looking to try to live before he gets picked off. Dagger is lethal with this railgun, while Austin Creed tries to pick off Reese to try to make something out of this fight. If they die quick, there is another fight here, though, but unfortunately, on the side of Emerald Eagles, it's going to be a scrappy one.
This is going to be a tough ask for the Emerald Eagles for sure. Sergeant Cupcake getting close to this ultimate, and then look at this Killer Man potentially going to get caught out here.
He needs to stay alive. Oh, why? No, We try to get an early touch on by Killer Man, but it's not going to pay off as he dies. We're going to get a stall over here by Austin Creed onto the point. Magagasi does have the ultimate, but the tire killing Austin Creed. The immortality comes out early again. Showstopper popping the ult. Mazagaki the bomb. This could be big. No, they live, and he's not even going to get back into mech. He's going to get picked off by Zack Dagger as Esperon is the only person left on point. This is going to be going straight into the second map. This is 1-0 already on the side of Golden Hour.
I mean, strong first map for the side of Golden Hour. I keep shouting out this Ana play because it's just what's sticking out to me personally. Like the Ana from Strategist is just great over and over again, just landing every ante, every sleep. Sergeant Cupcake doing a great job on this Junkrat of just getting all these kills. What is this sensitivity I'm looking at right now? That is some crazy looking stuff right there. That's what you would expect from a Junkrat player, though, I suppose. They're just all over the place, kind of just looking crazy.
Well, fun fact, I just took a look at Golden Hour's team sheet because when we played them in the midseason finals, I always knew Sergeant Cupcake to be a support, and he actually is not. I was mistaken. That is a projectile DPS. I had no clue that they even had that player, but coming out on that first round, really strong start from Golden Hour. There were a couple of good picks on the side of Emerald Eagles that does make it look like this game could be salvageable, but they need to be either playing faster or they need to be waiting for Golden Hour to make mistakes, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen on the side of Golden Hour anytime soon.
Yeah, it's a tough ask for Emerald Eagles for sure. You're looking at most likely the second best team in the tier at the moment, so you really just want to first, before you can even take a map, you just want to try and make a map competitive at the very least. So that's gotta be your goal going into Eichenwald here, our next map. You just want to try and, like you said, maybe you can try and slow them down. You can go for a poke comp yourself. Emerald Eagle seems to really like that Junker Queen, so maybe they could try and play faster, but if that's the case, you kind of need to full commit and play the Lucio Kiriko. You can't like half commit to it, because that's how you end up stuck in the spot that they were stuck in on map 1.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, we talked about the Junkrat play being a bit of a shock on that map, and not either of us expecting to see that. Well, in Eichenwald on defense, you can actually run the Junkrat, and it's actually a pretty viable pick because a lot of the close quarters, and that allows you, and I see it a lot in this tier, so I wouldn't be surprised if both sides came out on the Junkrat. But I feel like, to your point about trying to evade this Junkrat spam damage a little bit, they just need to be playing more as a unit. Golden Hour wants them to separate because they capitalize off of that. If Emerald Eagles can play as a unit and move together, they'll be able to win. But just got word that we have some subs coming on in, so let's take a look and see what the teams are swapping up. We've got Holmes and Bear coming in for Golden Hour. Bear is a big break player, so I'm curious to see what they're going to be running there. Holmes, however, profile screen does not lie. He runs a lot of that far and a lot of that echo, so they might not be coming on the Junkrat on Eichenwald.
All right, so it's very possible we're going to see, you mentioned earlier, Reese likes to play that Mercy, so I wouldn't be shocked to see the pocket pick with the Pharah come out here. But that being said, so then does Bear opt to play something like an Ana, Kiriko, a Baptiste, something to that effect? I guess we will have to wait and see when it comes to that.
I do hope that they did not take Bear out to play Ana after how well Strategist just played. But I guess
that's a really solid point. I'm just trying to figure out what the play is here if you're going for the pocket Pharah.
I agree. So we're going to be going into Eichenwald here. We're going to see which each team is running as we go in. I'm very excited to see. I wonder if we are going to, like, you know, Strategist had such a good Ana on map 1. Do you really want to? There has to be some sort of strategy that they're running here.
There's something we're unaware of. There's something that we're unaware of here. I feel like it might be Baptiste. That's like the only thing I can think here. It must be Baptiste. It's Juno.
We were
what it is.
really wrong. Juno. Okay. Well, how do you feel about the Juno pick over the Ana or the Bap?
I think Juno's the best support, potentially best hero in the game entirely, so I love the pick. I just didn't see the teams playing it last map, so I wasn't sure if anybody was going to pick it. But seeing it, I really like it. If you're Bear, you can just spam heal your D.Va, try and get your ultimate, and just try and win off of that, basically. Whereas with the side of Emerald Eagles, we're seeing a Genji and a Venture. I don't know what I feel about that. I gotta be honest. That seems like it's gonna be a little tough to pull off it playing into what Golden Hour's playing.
I agree, and we're gonna swap onto the Malga for point one. This is definitely a pick I have not seen terribly often, but we're gonna have to see how Emerald plays into this because they've got the hit scan damage from Zac Dagger and they've got the projectile damage from the Pharah. So I mean, how do you move in on this if you're Emerald Eagles? They're gonna be looking to get some early poke damage, and Killer Man's gonna get low, but he's gonna dig it in. Oh, Zac Dagger getting the pick onto Austin Creed already. But Holmes, he's hungry. He wants that pick already. He wants to make his name known, and what a direct hit onto Killer Man, and we're going to see some swaps instantly come out of Emerald Eagles already.
And I mean, that makes sense. You're going to have a hard time getting value on the two heroes you were just playing, so I really like the swaps here. I feel like Masagaki almost has to mirror the D.Va here. I don't know what else you can really do.
Yeah, I agree here, and oh, I can't even cast at this point because Holmes is just getting pick after pick after pick, and what a great separation that he got onto Nagasaki away from his team as he got a kill onto them, and this is just some brutal damage. I mean, they're damn near in their spawn at this point. This is a slaughter that I'm seeing on my screen right now.
No, that's really strong push. I think a lot of players have this misconception that Bastion can do really well into Pharah when it's really the exact opposite. You're giving a really easy target to direct hit when you're Bastion, and you can dodge the attacks pretty easily on Pharah.
I agree. I do agree with the soldier pick, but the Bastion pick is a little concerning, but it looks like Holmes is going to be setting up that barrage here soon. Oh, he's going to pull the trigger already, and he gets 3! Oh, he just dropped in, said hello, took a nap right after, and then Showstopper's going to clean up. Oh, the sleep dart was too late. What a pick. What a play.
Oh, don't lose your mech here, Showstopper. That was getting a little concerning there. I thought a bomb was about to have to be dropped in spawn momentarily there, but they do manage to get out. Emerald Eagles is going to have double support ults here, and I think they're probably going to end up using them, and Golden Hour is going to have to respond in kind, most likely.
Probably, as we see Zac Dagger just getting some early damage and so lethal, they're going to pull the plug on that Nano and give it to Nagasaki, who just swapped over to the D.Va. He's not going to get any value out of it because the kite on the side of Golden Hour was incredible. And in response, Bear is going to pull the trigger on that Juno ult. We know how powerful it is. We know how damage it is. And he's going to get the pick on the S-Pro. Austin Creed's going to go down. Killer Man's going to go down. The entire team's going to go down. It's like the London Bridge right now because we all fall down. What an insane fight that we just saw right there, especially because Nagasaki is going to get staggered here at the end. That's just brutal. Turn it off. I can't look.
Oh, that's tough. That's real tough right there. Does manage to live, though, so, you know, at least it's not like a full-on stagger. And don't look now, but Holmes does have another barrage online and ready, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets popped in the exact same spot again, just right underneath that bridge.
Yeah, honestly, if I was Holmes, I'd pop it right now because where on earth is the tank? We're going to switch to the Orisa here in desperation, I would assume. We've got both DPS ults on the side of Emerald Eagles, but popping it early. We haven't been able to get into the bridge yet. It's going to look to isolate Zac Dagger here. He's going to try to get a pick onto him, and Zac Dagger's going to live. Holmes with the early pick on Esperon, and he's pulling the trigger on it again, only getting one. But I mean, when you already get so many picks, you don't have to do anything else. The protection from the Mercies is going to keep him alive. Showstopper is going to go in and clean up on Austin Creed. And this map, I mean, how do you respond if you're on the side of Emerald Eagles? We're playing mystery tanks right now, just swapping every time we die.
Yeah, this is one of the tough things, like when you just don't know what to do. I mean, I don't think Malga's the answer, though. I think your best bet probably was the D.Va. I don't think... here comes the visor.
The Nano Visor's going on in, but Bob in response, and Austin Creed's about to blow up. Holmes gets a pick on the Esperon. Austin Creed does get Bear on the way out, but you're already down 2 teammates and both your DPS, and Showstopper's going to clean up on the Malga here. He's going to go get the Ana first, then ending the touch. Round's over.
And that's what we call a dominating first round from the side of Golden Hour. 0-0. I don't think anybody even touched the point from the side of Emerald because I don't know if anybody made it past the bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't get under the bridge. That was insane. If you're Emerald, let me ask you on this question. If you're Emerald, how do you respond to this? What do you do?
All right, so if I'm on the side of Emerald Eagles, I'm going to pick nothing but the most annoying thing that I hate playing into. That's all I'm picking. I'm just picking every hero that I hate playing against and trying to make it the most annoying fight ever for the side of Golden Hour to try and break through us. Like that's the only response I can come up with, and I think they're doing it. I hate all
This-
the heroes.
I don't like a good Torby either, and it looks like we're going to come out with quite an interesting composition on the side of Emerald Eagles. How are they going to hold here? Like, what's the game plan?
I mean, honestly, you know, at this point, you're just like, if you're the side of Emerald Eagles, you're like, all right, just pick stuff that gives us the easiest value possible and try and do something with it. So you're good. You're going for the Torb. You got the turret. You're going for the Mei. You're gonna try and wall somebody off. Sigma, you're gonna try and land a rock on the person that you wall off. You know, but who are you gonna wall off? Because when you got look at Golden Hour here, you have nothing but mobile heroes for the side of Golden Hour. So it's gonna be tough to catch any of them with a Mei successfully.
Yep, and we're going to send Showstopper through this Juno ring. Holmes getting a little bit low, that turret proving its purpose, but it's already going to go out. And a pick onto Killerman already. Golden Hour is going to be able to walk straight through. The Sigma Shield's not going to do anything. He's burning and he's about to die. This is just pure domination. The Emerald Eagles are lost and have no clue what to do. Yeah, you got Showstopper out of mech, but where is your team? Where are the players? I don't even know what I'm watching right now. Holmes doesn't even have to do anything. He can just stand there and they cap point while I was talking.
And I mean, yeah, that's kind of what happens when you're in desperation mode like that. If you're the Emerald Eagles, you tend to make a lot more mistakes than when you're more heavily focused. Like you're just kind of panicking. You're like, nothing's working. What do we do? What do we do? All right, guys, pick a hero that you hate playing against. That's the best idea I got. Like just pick all the heroes that you're like, this is tough. This is tough to try to get past. So obviously that didn't work for them. Hopefully they can recover a little bit from that for map number 3, which is going to be Hanaoka. But that was definitely a tough map to watch.
Definitely a tough match to watch. I'm certain it was definitely a tough map to play. We'll have to see if they are able to adapt and turn it around after this. I'm pretty sure we're going to be going to a break here.
Yep.
So we'll see you guys on the other side. Welcome back to the other side of this game. This has been a dominant showing on the side of Golden Hour. I don't think it's been close. I can count on one hand how many fights Emerald Eagles have won, and I think it's probably one. But these
Right.
last few maps have been dictated by the pace of the game. As we're going into Hanaoka, we're going to see if Emerald Eagles can pick up that pace, run that queen, see if we're going to be able to make a difference there. But I really feel like the key difference in this game has been the speed and the difference between how fast these two teams have played.
And that's always a big key factor when you're looking at a team towards the top of the standings and a team in like the middle of the standings. Is just the pace at which they play at. Golden Hour knows what they want to do and they know when they want to do it. Emerald Eagles seems to be very, very confused just with the speed blitz that they're constantly getting from the side of Golden Hour. But with that being said, Golden Hour, it looks like, is going to potentially be giving Emerald Eagles an opportunity because they have some subs coming in for this map. Is my understanding. They're trying to get some playtime in. We're seeing Bear come in on that DPS line. Ignore the Brigida there. It might just be a Brigida. We might just rock 3 supports this map actually.
Goats?
But seeing strategists come back in makes me feel very confident for the side of Golden Hour because they were absolutely dominant on that first map on that Ana pick. So I like seeing them come back in.
Yeah, I will say I did have an interview question for Bear asking what he thought the score would be. And he did say he thought it would be an easy 3-0 on the side of Golden Hour. Nothing different from them unless they troll map 3. So I wonder if this troll pick would be putting Bear in on DPS. We'll have to see.
Well, if there was a map to figure it out pretty quickly on, it would be Clash because these maps can go anywhere from 2 minutes to 10 minutes. You know, that's about the extent of it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's going to be pretty close as we have some more substitutions coming on the side of Emerald Eagles, and all we're really doing is swapping our tank and DPS player. We're going to put Austin Creed on tank and Nagasaki on that DPS. I'm curious as to see what they're going to play here, and wondering if that might change up the tempo or the pace. It might be the change of pace that they're looking for.
It may just be that they want their diva player in on tank because if Austin Creed's favorite hero to play is that diva. Okay, well, I'm hearing now that is just a picture that Headrammer put on there. So ignore my thought right there. This could just simply be a blown mental for the side of Masagaki. I get that all the time when I play tank. I can only do about 2 maps and I'm done for the day. That's about it. So I totally understand if they just want to swap off the tank, you know. So that could be the answer here too.
Fair enough, and this is a big fat NA production on the side of Headrammer. I'm joking, of course. We love Headrammer. As I'm hearing in my ear. No, I'm fine. I think we're going to be going into the map soon. It looks like we are. That is correct. We are going to be seeing Austin Creed on that tank still. I'm curious to see what they come out here. Like I said, Clash is a very interesting game mode. You know, we could either go 2 minutes, we could either go 3 minutes. We could be done by 8:35. We could be done by 8:40. There's no way to tell until we see what compositions we're running and how it goes. So as we get these compositions loaded, interesting. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna see the Orisa mirror here, and for the side of Emerald Eagles, I like the Juno pick here, but strategists landing these antis so consistently on this Ana has me concerned because I think strategists might have another map that they dominate on right here.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I do like to see the Juno Brig backline. That is an all-time favorite of mine to not only watch, but to play. I am curious to see, watching Austin Creed swap onto the Orisa and Nagasaki onto the Reaper. Maybe they're just trying to put something together here. But as we get started, we're going to see Killerman on the Junkrat just getting some early poke damage. Emerald Eagles did get there first, so they're going to have a better setup. Killerman's going to be on an off angle as he almost gets picked off by the Rogan and Zack Dagger, and he's going to get killed by Showstopper as Nagasaki is going to get a pick on his Zack Dagger. This fight is still winnable. He's on the off angle. Reese Cub's going to whip him out of here saying, "You can't be here." He was tempted to teleport in. He's going to get the entire team of Golden Hour's attention is looking at him. He used Wraith too early, and Bear getting his first DPS kill of this season. Early pick on the Nagasaki. He is low because of Senari's Juno ability. However, I do think this is going to be a first fight win on, big anti coming out from Strategist to clean up this fight. And as I was trying to say, I do think this is going to be an easy fight win on the side of Emerald Eagles. Bear getting caught in the trap is a forehead moment, but I do think they're going to clean up this fight and win here.
I mean, you know, bear traps are pretty effective from what I've heard. I think that is literally what that trap is. So, you know, it's not surprising that that's the way that happened to go. But again, as I mentioned on map number 1, Strategist gonna have the first ult on the board here, and Reese Cup keeping up now due to the close range nature of this fight. We're seeing how much healing this Brig can really do. Strategist already has nano.
Big anti as they're going in, and honestly, you need to pull the trigger now. There's no need to wait. You had a huge anti. You should have nanoed Showstopper and gone right in. I think they're worried about the speed, but that's going to be a big spear punishing the Brig. Oh, Killer Man with the 2K on the tire. He's going to change the fight. Showstopper's just going to stay gone. Kill me. It's okay, I promise. Nagasaki's going to stand still. He's not even going to chase the backline. But then Esperanza's going to get slept. They might get antied here. What? Go cut the backline. Why are you standing there? DC? DC moment?
I don't know. It very much seemed like they were DCing for a second there. I don't think I've ever seen this Orisa skin that Austin Creed has on. I need to acknowledge it right now. It makes me think of Mysterio from Spider-Man, and that makes me like it.
We're gonna pull the all the ults are coming out. We've got the Nano, we got the Rally, we got Showstopper pulling out his ultimate, and we're gonna have Sonari pop in the Juno ultimate as well. But honestly, all those ultimates came out on the side of Golden Hour. We know how good Juno ult is, but I don't think it's gonna matter in this fight. When you pull 3 ultimates in one fight, that's a big commitment on the side of Golden Hour. I don't even know if they needed that, to be honest, but they won the fight, so.
Potentially a little bit of an overcommit from the side of Golden Hour. You do manage to maintain both of your DPS ultimates, though. And for Emerald Eagles, all they really have is they have Orisa ult, they have their Rally, and they're going to have Death Blossom available. But look at Bear just standing here and waiting.
He's going to go right into the back line. He's going to try to pop ult. He's going to... What? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think they were, in fact, trolling. They're going to get a lot of kills here on the side of Emerald Eagles as Austin Creed gets 3 on that Orisa with Killer Man and Sanani cleaning up. I think that was just a really weird fight on the side of Golden Hour. I don't even know if I would have committed that Reaper ult, to be honest. I know, you know, troll pick or whatever, but I wouldn't want to drop any masks if that was me, but we'll see how the rest of this map goes.
That's the most Reaper ult to have ever been ulted right there by Bear. That was something to behold. And look at this duel on the outside of the map here. Bear trying to take down Masagaki and Showstopper getting the spear.
Unfair fight. Showstopper had to include himself, but Killer Man on the off angle looking to set up another tire potentially, as we have Showstopper getting another kill on the Esperon. I can't even say what I'm trying to say before Showstopper gets a kill. He has been dominant this map, and it looks like they're just going back and forth. Huge pick from Zach Dagger onto the side of Killer Man. He has been lethal on the Sojourn all game, and we're going to have Austin Creed doing a little bit of back and forth with Showstopper, potentially trying to get a pick here, seeing what he can find. I don't know if they should commit to this fight.
No, you probably just have to give this up if you're the side of Emerald Eagles, but...
Nagasaki's going to touch. What is this miscommunication? I mean, he doesn't die for it, but what was the point? Just to delay it? You know, make the round go a little bit longer? I'm not sure. Zach Dagger with his ultimate. What a pick by Nagasaki onto Bear, and they're going to pop this railgun surely anytime soon as Austin Creed tries to create some space. Espro says, I'll help you out, little bro. Pulls out his Rally, but now Golden Hour popping all the ults, and Killer Man with another 2K onto the backline, getting both Strategist and Zach Dagger. That is a nanoed Orisa on the point, but surely if Emerald Eagles plays a little more aggressive here with the Juno speed, they can win this fight. I don't think they really need to be waiting. Why are we putting our brick first? So get in there, come on. What are we scared of? Huge pick onto Reese Cub with the Javelin right there, right in his face. He said, here's one you can take home, put it on a hat, put it on a shelf. This fight, Poke, still in a bit of a back and forth battle. I don't think Emerald Eagles should have waited, and they just gave Golden Hour that point for free. It feels, oh! Whoa.
No. We were at the previous point. They were fighting on point C, but taking point D that entire time. So that was a great fight from Emerald Eagles.
That was a great fight from Emerald Eagles. NA production. As we're coming, NA casting, as Headlamer says into my ear, and as he says that, Nagasaki is going to teleport right into the middle of the fight. Had no cooldowns, gets picked off by Bear. Golden Hour with the early cap onto point C. Killer Man on this off angle looking to see what he can get, but Reese is not going to get caught out. Reese is in fact going to live. What a whip shot from across the map. Killer Man is dangerously low. He needs to wait a second before he commits. Trying to build off that tire. Emerald Eagles can still commit to this fight, but the rally and the stun, ooh, going into the antied ultimate there, that hurts, but Nagasaki's going to commit an ult there, pick off Bear, and Killer Man getting another kill, but I don't think it's going to be winnable on the side of Emerald Eagles. Break down that fight and what we just saw, that was pandemonium.
That was insane. I had no idea what just happened there for a majority of it, but Golden Hour does take it and take themselves onto map and match point for that matter. Emerald Eagles has a chance here, though. They're going to need to use their Juno ult strategically here, and Bear needs to not throw with their ultimate this time like they did last time.
Yeah, another big ante on the side of Strategus, but I mean, that's just normal for us. We've seen it all night. This Juno ult could set the pace for this fight, but Bear's just going to jump in as Killerman's popping the tire. He's going to wait. The solo ult onto Bear is diabolical. That is disrespectful behavior. The Bear slander continues as Austin Creed runs on into the back line. He wants to cap this point and take it again, but Zack Dagger with a big peek onto Nagasaki. The ante from Strategus onto Austin Creed. Zack Dagger's going to run in with his ult. This is going to win this fight. They didn't even use their Juno ult. I mean, this could be going on for another minute or so. Big.
Oh, that's a tough fight loss for the side of Emerald Eagles. You have to use that Juno ultimate there. You've got to use the orbital ray. You've got the Brig ult available to you. You have to use those ults there. You can't let this map just slip away from you like this without using them.
Nagasaki's not going to touch. Oh, he does get the touch on, but Bear with the ultimate that actually does hit. Unfortunately, it is canceled by both support ults on the side of Emerald Eagles. They have the general ult, but they're already down one. I mean, how do you win this fight? How do you overcome the adversity? Espro smartly playing into the general ult, gets a pick onto Bear, but Zack Dagger is going to get a pick onto Espro. Austin Creed's going to get a pick onto Showstopper. This fight is going back and forth. Who has to sustain? Zack Dagger does, and he's going to continue clicking off heads. They are going to be able to clean off Austin Creed here, and they're going to take this map. They might even take this match. This might be over, but Austin Creed tries to poke back temporarily, but the ante from Strategus is going to get him picked off again. Killer Man trying to do whatever he can, but there's only so many shots he can hit, so many heads he can click. Zack Dagger going to get picked off by Sonari. Showstopper's going to get that kill onto the Junkrat. He's going to go straight into the backline. He's going to pop his ult here with the Nano. Reese Cove killing their counterpart. This is going to be an easy cleanup on the side of Golden Hour, and they're going to cap this point, and I think that's going to be game.
It looks like it. Do we have any touchers here? We got a Terra Surge available to slow people down at the very least.
They do in fact get a touch, but die for it. Stragglers are coming in, and surely this game is going to be over soon. There's nothing they can do on the side of Emerald Eagles, and Golden Hour, despite the trolling, have submitted another 3-0 win and are advancing to 6-0 in their group.
Yeah, I mean, solid, dominant performance from the side of Golden Hour. You know, had to make fun of Bear a little bit running that Reaper, just because it was funny. It was admittedly pretty funny, but you know, it was just a great, strong performance overall from the team. And if you're the side of Emerald Eagles, you really just got to take this and look at the moments that you did play well, because again, on this map was relatively close at the end of the day. So see, what were you doing differently on this map that you weren't necessarily doing on the other maps, and try and just, you know, learn from that going forward.
As a support player, I think the key difference in that map versus every other map was the difference in backlines. Juno and Brig just being some of the best heroes in the game, definitely the best support duo in the game right now. Even when Austin Creed would get hit by an ante from Strategus, they would just speedring him out, and he was able to live longer. So I do think the extra sustain did help him stay in the fight. Killer Man, you know, got a couple of big tires here and there, and Nagasaki was keeping Bear in check in terms of the Reaper. So definitely a lot of good on that last map. I only wish they could have, you know, potentially, I guess moving forward, keeping that same hero comp might be a good idea. You could take what worked against Golden Hour, the second best team in this league for this tier, maybe apply it to another team. You should be able to string along some map wins and hopefully some match wins as well.
Yeah, they still have some time. Being at the record they are now, it's going to be tough to make playoffs, but there could potentially still be a chance of it. They would just have to win the rest of their games and then see where the pieces fall, if you will. But with that being said, we are going to cut to a quick, short little break, and then we're going to have an interview for y'all from the side of Golden Hour. So don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yo. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yo. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yours.
Hey, 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 it is Bert here with Shadow Fang, and we are back after a dominant performance from Golden Hour, delivering a 3-0 punch to Emerald Eagles. As Shadow Fang mentioned before the intermission break, we are in fact doing an interview with none other than the Tank, Winston God himself, Showstopper. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing great. Doing great.
Great.
So I was. Oh, my
no,
fault.
Go ahead.
Okay. I will start us off with a question real fast. You know, I asked Bear in the pre-interview per se, and I just wanted to kind of get your opinion. You know, after the midseason finals, it's no secret you guys had some adversity you had to overcome, some big organization changes you had to make, some new player additions. So the question is simple: do you still feel your team is as dominant as they were during the midseason playoffs?
I would like to say yes, mainly because with before there was communication issues of like just shutting down and not communicating when we wanted to make plays, and especially as like me when I'm shot calling and doing my tank stuff, I need to know that. And when we transitioned to a new team and got a bunch of new players, everyone communicates well. So I wouldn't say we're the same. I would say we're better than we were before.
Love to hear it.
All right. And so my first question is going to be, what prompted the swap for Bear in on DPS for map number 3? Was that just trying to have a little bit of fun, or is there like some legitimate strategy to that?
Bear literally yesterday was just like, if we play well, can I play DPS one map? And Dagger was like skeptical, but then we were like, you know what, like, it's about having fun, so yes, send it. And he performed pretty well. Dagger was like, Bear, I'm never putting you on like as a meme was like Bear, I'm never putting you on DPS again. But he had like a 22-7 performance. He definitely needs to work on calming when he Reaper ults, so I can be there to help him as an Orisa, because there was times where I'm like calming Kite out and bro's trying to press Q, like I need to know. But honestly, if we practice him more on DPS, I don't think it'd be a problem. But yeah, it was fun, and it was literally just for the fun of playing the game.
All right, that makes sense to me. And then my other question is, what's making you opt for the Ana over the Juno in a lot of these comps? Like, what's making you pick one over the other? Is it just the anti-nade? Like, is that simple or what?
Anti-nade is good, and also I think our Ana Brig is just way better than, not because like they can't play Juno, our supports. Strat is just the ML7 of Ana. Like he's another ML7. I've never seen this man miss position on Ana. He plays it well. His nades are really well timed, and they don't really get eaten or stopped by anything. So I think it's more of just comfort than like wanting to just play the Juno. We just prefer the Ana, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Well, I think for our final question, I know we're only into week 6, and we've got 2 more weeks to go before the end of season finals, but this might be the last time y'all get streamed, so this might be the only opportunity a caster gets to ask. On your side of the bracket, going into the finals, is there a particular team that you want to see, that you want to silence? I know we're all about professionalism and keeping it classy, but if you want to, pick an opportunity, is there any teams that you really are curious to see again?
Like in playoffs or the next few weeks?
Playoffs.
Okay, in playoffs exactly, I want to see QOD again. Not because like of like any hate, but the like mid-season tournament wasn't the team I know we are. Like I said before, the communication just wasn't there on the mid-season tournament finals. And I know we could do better, so I'm excited to see them again, mainly because Cloud Lemon is a great tank, and I feel like we have a rivalry brewing, and I love playing against like them a lot. They are great to play against, and the rest of the team, I mean, yeah, QOD is someone I want to have a friendly rivalry with, not like a hatred rivalry, but I want to continue to, maybe go to a Mat 5 with them.
As a QOD member, I think that'd be a fun game.
Absolutely, I'd love to see it.
I'd love to see it too. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Showstopper, for having some time with us today. I think that was a great game to see how Golden Hour has improved, and I'm curious to see how they do the rest of the season. As for Emerald Eagles, I think, you take a little bit of a break, kind of clear your mentals a little bit, maybe see if, you can come back, make some adjustments. But that is going to be all from us on the side of the casters and the broadcast. It is Vert. I am here with Shadowfang again today. Thank you again so much for watching.